4 years we've been waiting for this. This is going to be the Snyder Cut. Zack Snyder's Justice League is finally out, and we're going to be watching it. Up until about 4 hours ago, I thought this was just going to be a movie on my Patreon for my $10 tier patrons to watch, but now that I realise that this film has been split down into 6 chapters, this is going to be going on my YouTube channel. The full length will still be going up on Patreon, but this is going to be going on my YouTube channel. It has to. I've been seeing too many reactions of this coming out on YouTube for me not to do it. This is Zack Snyder's Justice League, and it can only be a huge improvement on that thing that we got back in 2017. The original version of Justice League that we got, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it's hard to get me to hate a DC movie, because naturally I'm a DC guy at heart, so I had the choice between either recording my reaction to this or the first episode of Falcon Winter Soldier. Naturally this came first because I'm a DC guy. Yeah, the original version that we got was so painful to watch. Like, I think I remembered liking it the first time I saw it, but any other time after watching it after that, I thought, well, the one time I watched it in its entirety after that, I just didn't feel it. Like, yeah, I've only watched the original version twice. The first time I sort of liked it, the second time I watched it, I remember hating it so much that I just didn't want to watch it again. And that was just down to pure executive decisions, like Warner Brothers, Joss Whedon. All those problems just came about after Zack Snyder left. Which is funny how people's perception changes as well, because obviously Man of Steel is sort of divisive. Batman v Superman is very divisive. And yeah, those were both movies directed by Zack Snyder, and many people didn't like them. And people weren't that excited about watching Justice League. Well, people weren't that excited about watching his version of Justice League, but then when he had to unfortunately step away, it was a very tragic reason as to why he had to step away. Yeah, Warner Brothers brought in Joss Whedon, the man who made Avengers Assemble and Avengers Age of Ultron, and everyone thought, like, ooh, the guy who made Avengers, he can make this work. And he didn't make it work whatsoever. He probably made it worse. He definitely made it worse if what I'm going to be watching is in fact the Zack Snyder's original version. Like, he definitely made things worse. Like, just watching that film, you can tell the bad CGI, the shift in tone as to what Zack Snyder wanted and what Joss Whedon wanted. What was his name? Walter Hamada as well. He wanted that film out in 2017 when they could have delayed it to 2018, but he wanted it in 2017 just to get a pay rise. A little bonus. So this film suffered through all the problems. Bad director decisions from Joss Whedon, studio interference from Warner Brothers, and people trying to make money out of it like Walter Hamada. But the one thing that was not a problem in this movie the first time I watched it, and still is not a problem to this day, was the acting. That was no problem. Like, all of these actors are incredible in their roles. Ben Affleck as Batman, he's probably one of the best Batmans we've ever had. Some people would even say the best. Same goes for Henry Cavill's Man of Steel. I don't have that much history with watching Superman movies because I didn't really care about Superman, so I think Man of Steel is the only Superman movie I've watched in its entirety. So the Christopher Reeve, Brandon Routh, all of that, I still haven't seen it. Like, I've got a tiny bit, very tiny, a bit of experience with Smallville, which you've seen on this channel. That's about it with Smallville, and never saw Lois and Clark. Haven't watched the animated Superman, which will be becoming a reaction on this channel when I've finished Batman, which is going to take a while. But yeah, haven't had that much. So the most experience I've had with Superman came from Henry Cavill, who I love as Superman. He looks fantastic as Superman. Never watched the Linda Carter series of Wonder Woman, so also what goes for Superman and Henry Cavill. The same with Gal Gadot for Wonder Woman. She's the only Wonder Woman I know. Susan Eisenberg, her voice is incredible as well as Wonder Woman, but live action Wonder Woman is definitely Gal Gadot. And the Wonder Woman movie is fantastic as well. Aquaman, well, Wonder Woman is my second favourite movie in the DCEU. The first is Aquaman by Jason Momoa. I love that movie. It's one of my favourite superhero movies in general. I just love the vibrancy of it, which is not surprisingly going to be absent in this film because it's a Zack Snyder film. But I just love Aquaman so much. Like, this costume is all it. Like, I'm sorry, but the costume that's going to be in this film and was in the original Justice League, it doesn't do it for me. The Aquaman suit, the green and gold armor, it doesn't do it. I prefer this, the orange and green suit. I love that suit. If only it was in this movie, it would make it so much better. Ezra Miller as Flash, I'm still a bit iffy on. Like, he behaves more like Wally West than he does Barry Allen. You could have just dyed his hair ginger and had him be Wally West and everyone will be okay with it. Alas, he is Barry Allen in this universe, and he's still very quirky, he's still quite entertaining himself. He was an absolute legend for showing up in Crisis on Infinite Earths as next to Grant Gustin's Flash. So that was amazing for him. He's had controversy, but then again, what actor hasn't? Still excited for his Flash movie, as long as they don't overdo it with everything. And then the last member of the Justice League was Cyborg, Ray Fisher. He was one of my favourite parts of the original Justice League, because I thought, as an actor that I didn't know, and a character Cyborg that I didn't really care about, he made me care. Surprisingly enough, he made me care about him. And I can only imagine that they're going to go even harder on the whole man versus machine thing in this film. The CGI can only be improved. Just imagine the first time I watched this film, bad CGI in a film that Zack Snyder had a hand in creating. That is unheard of. Like, Zack Snyder, he may be a controversial director, and he might not make always the best decisions in storytelling, but his CGI and his fight scenes are always top notch. You can't get much better than him when it comes to that. There was just bad CGI everywhere in the original Justice League. First of which was Steppenwolf, the villain. He didn't do it for me. He was just basic bad guy and bad CGI, which is the lethal combination when you're looking at a villain. Let's not forget, the worst CGI job in that film had to do with this area. Superman's upper lip, which was something that could have been so easily avoided if they would have just followed along with the comics. Like, yeah, with Batman v Superman, you've already butchered the death of Superman's story, but they could have come back with the black suit and the mustache and the mullet and the beard in Justice League, but they didn't. Because he had a mustache for Mission Impossible. You could have just so easily rectified the problem of the upper lip by letting him keep the mustache, adding a prosthetic beard or something, and had him in the black suit. You could have just so easily solved the problem of the upper lip. But no. So, yeah. First movie had a ton of problems, most of which could have been so easily avoided, but yeah. After the disaster that came in 2017, there began a movement called #Release the Snyder Cut. And that carried on for 2 or 3 years until we finally were blessed by, like, Warner Brothers could not ignore what was coming from these people. So many people, like this, fans have influenced movies before, but I don't think to this level. Like, I don't think fans have ever done this, been so passionate about a film to the point where they have to release a whole new version of the film. This is the fans doing. and I've been seeing another hashtag going around recently, like restore the Snyderverse, which can only tell me that people were impressed by what they saw in this movie. And that leaves me very excited. And York himself, my friend, he said that because he's already watched it, he said that he wants to see Justice League 2 and 3 from Zack Snyder. He wants to see the Ben Affleck movie with Batman that was originally pitched. He wants to see... It got him to love Henry Cavill's Man of Steel again. And the most shocking of all that he told me is he wants to see more of Jared Leto's Joker. He hated Jared Leto's Joker. I kind of hated Jared Leto's Joker. But if this movie can get him to like that, then I have nothing but high hopes for this film, which is dangerous because I can so easily be let down. But I don't believe I will be. I have faith in Zack Snyder. Yeah, this is Zack Snyder's vision. This is like his third movie in the vision he wanted to create. The first being Man of Steel, the second being Batman v Superman, and now the third being this. I remember seeing something that he originally wanted he wanted a story to go through 5 movies, which obviously meant Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League 2, and then the third was an unreleased movie, like untitled movie, which we didn't know. I assume it was Justice League 3. So, to see his vision continue in this way, hopefully it can bring out enough force from the fans to get Warner Bros. To be like, okay, yeah, people need to see this. We need, because I wonder what kind of money Warner Brothers are getting from this, because I guarantee this is going to be a huge success. Definitely more than the first film, because I remember the first original version of this film, it actually lost Warner Brothers a lot of money. Because compared to how much it cost to make it, and compared to how much they made in the box office, they lost a lot of money from the original film. They are going to make it back over and over again with this new version, I assume. But I think I've rambled on enough. So, yeah, I'm nearly 15 minutes in and I haven't even started the film yet. This recording, well, I'm only recording the first 3 parts tonight, the first 3 chapters. So this is going to be an hour and a half of recording. I've already gone 15 minutes and I ain't even started. So, shall we just get into... this is obviously going to be releasing probably week after week on YouTube, but you can see the full thing. Obviously, each chapter is a different video on Patreon, but you can see the full thing on Patreon when episode 1 comes out. So, yeah, this is going to be a fun time. So let's just get into chapter 1 of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and we're starting right now. Oh yeah, I remember hearing about the aspect ratio as well. I don't have a problem with it myself. The shockwave of his death. Oh, Cyborg heard it. The death of Superman triggered the mother box. Wait, Willem Dafoe's in this. Volko. He's triggering the mother box in Atlantis, well, near Atlantis as well. Just please allow me to swallow my rage at seeing that woman right now. The cry of Superman came out that far all the way to Themyscira. That would shit you up as well if you're guarding that day and night for years, and then all of a sudden it does that.
The Queen.
They're afraid of it. There he is.
Hello.
There he is. The man.
Doc.
My man. Okay.
Curry. Also known as Protector of the Oceans. The Aquaman.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone, anything.
If that's practical, then he's got balls of steel to go into the water
It's like a bat.
in that weather.
Bruce Wayne.
Freaky girl, isn't she? I've not seen any drastic changes from the original film so far.
Maybe a man who broods in a cave for a living isn't cut out to be a recruiter.
I love how Alfred talks shit to him.
You don't miss a day, do you?
Like it here.
She comes here every day. The cinematography is definitely here. It wasn't in the last film. Ah, it's Reese Bolton. I like the music. If this is supposed to be a bank, why the hell are a bunch of school kids taking a school trip to the bank? There she comes. Oh. Is that supposed to be Wonder Woman's theme for this film? I like it.
Down with the modern world. Back to the Dark Ages.
What kind of motivation is that?
What? I'll shut your fucking mouth.
Swearing! Language, it's the kids. Ah, I missed that Zack Snyder slow-mo. There's the music. Woo! Yeah, you're not 4 city blocks away, love. Hey. Love it, love. Okay, I thought she wasn't going to save that guy then. Look at the movement. Yeah, no, you're screwed, man. Don't even bother. Is he dead? Did she just kill him?
You okay, princess? I'd be like tea someday. You can be anything you want to be.
Please say your name's Donna or Cassie, please. Hippolyta? I was confused with her name for so many years. Is it Hippolyta or Hippolyta? Well, I heard it said in the way Hippolyta in Injustice, so that's how I refer to her.
Something is coming.
They're afraid. I'm already more intimidated by Steppenwolf before he's even shown up. He looks so much better!
I will bathe in your fear.
Daughters of Themyscira! Show him your fear! We have no fear!
I hope they didn't get crushed by that, but they're probably dead in there anyway. Yep, they're definitely dead in there. Yeah, they're all dead in there. I can think of one person who's not dead in there, though. Yep, and there he is. Ah. Why the horse? Was that necessary? Oh. I remember this was one of the best fight scenes in the movie that came out. Oh, yep, I saw blood. Look at him with all those arrows in him. And it doesn't matter anymore. I think that was Philippus, did they say?
You can't save any of them. The great darkness begins.
Oh, here come the legions.
Yes, we will find the others.
I really love this music. This vocal orchestra that goes on.
We have to light the ancient warning fire.
Fire has not burned for 5,000 years. Men won't know what it means.
Men won't. She will.
She is insanely beautiful. They all are. Okay, part 2. That's the end of part 1. Right, 35 minutes in. Part 2 is called The Age of Heroes, but we're going to stop right now because, yeah, that was part 1, and I told you we'd do each part as a separate video. So, not many huge differences I can tell from the original movie so far. I think we got a bit of more of an extended scene with the Batman and Aquaman thing. I think there was a bit more to do with the Wonder Woman fight scene in London as well. The cry of Superman activating the mother boxes and Cyborg's appearance right there, that was new. And Steppenwolf looks fucking amazing compared to how he did before. I'll save a longer review for the end of part 6. So for now, that's all we've got for part 1. If you're watching on YouTube, part 2 will be out next week. But you can go over to Patreon. I don't know what tier. I think it'll be. I don't know what tier it'll be showing up on the Patreon right now. But to go there, you can watch the full thing straight away. It might be the $10 tier, unfortunately, because you're watching all 6 parts to a full 4-hour length movie. So that'll probably be on the $10 tier. So if you go to the $10 tier, you can watch all 6 parts right now, even if you're watching part 1 on YouTube. So for now, I'm going to stop recording for about 20 minutes and then carry on with part 2. So until next time, we are over and out. Bye!